Most people think they're afraid of the blade, but usually that uncomfortable feeling comes from something else entirely. A table saw that isn't set up properly never feels predictable, and unpredictability is what causes fear. Surprisingly, checking these issues is fairly simple, but we're going to get to that in the next video. First, there are three small things that instantly make the table saw less scary to use: blade alignment, fence alignment, and the condition of your tabletop. Most people never think about the first two, but the blade and the fence are both guiding the timber in completely different ways. Here's what I mean. Initially, you are using the fence to guide the piece of timber into the blade. So let's take a look and see what that actually looks like. Now let's pull the fence away and see what happens. As you can see, this piece of wood is actually fairly rigid against the blade. There's not a lot of movement, and obviously I don't want to force this because I don't want to twist the blade. But you can understand what I'm saying is that if I fed this through now, it would pretty much continue hugging the blade. I've intentionally set this blade out of alignment slightly. You might be able to pick up that the gap here is bigger than at the back of the riving knife. Let me just focus that a bit better. There we go. Now let's see what happens. Now once you see this gap is forming, because you're pushing the timber through nice and gently, you've immediately got to realize what is happening and resist the urge to try and keep the timber against the fence. Continue pushing it through, and then afterwards you can set up your blade or your fence depending on which one is out. Definitely do not bind the blade up by pushing the timber against the fence. So I'm not going to adjust the blade inwards towards the fence or adjust the fence in towards the blade. And the reason for that is this is a particularly dangerous way of cutting, because what you're doing is you're constricting the timber, sort of squashing it between the blade and the fence, and that is where the most dangerous kickback can occur. And that's the reason for the next video, is to very quickly be able to show you how you can check whether these are aligned or not.